So we are back, everybody, and in just about 5 minutes, the second game of the Densei-sen will start. This time, Ichiriki Ryo, who has the USA title in Japan, also 7th ranking, has drew white and is playing against Fine Art, which is the Chinese bot which won the 10th USA Cup. What do you think we can expect for the second match?
Well, Fine Art has been playing in Fox,
Right.
the server, so we already know that it's been beating top professionals.
It's been playing KGA a lot, for example, right?
KGA, yes, and other top, mostly Chinese pros, I guess.
Yes.
So we already know that's very formidable.
Right.
And of course it beats DeepZen also.
Yes.
So probably...
They played 2 games in the USC Cup, and both of the games were very confident wins for Fine Art. AlphaGo is most likely still the strongest bot out there, but it seems like Fine Art is almost catching up, or getting closer. And just to recap the first game, Ichiriki Ryo seemed to make a kind of mistake in the opening, and DeepZen was able to take control of the game.
I guess I would call it maybe the early middle game, but very early in the game.
Yes. And so Ichiriki Ryo was forced to resign the first game.
And now it looks like they're making the opening announcements before the game starts.
Ah, yes.
And
it really seems like
start. So,
yes. This time well on time.
Yes, and a little bit early even.
Yes. The referee of the match is now Omeyen,
Yes.
9 dan, who is a good pick, I think, because the programmer of Fine Art doesn't speak Japanese.
Yes.
And Omeyen is Chinese origin, so he speaks Chinese. This time the time setting is 60 minutes and then 60 seconds Yoyomi. From the first game it seemed like Zen was using the same time settings as in UEC Cup.
It was playing quickly, it didn't use very much time.
Finally it had used 9 minutes.
Yes. Well, we'll see how Fine Art might differ from that.
Right. And we have started.
Our video feed is
こちらの放送は、遅れてるっていうか、止まっています。We are experiencing some technical issues here.
I think it'll clear up fairly quickly.
Yes. Is the first one?
I'm just going to guess for the time being.
Yes.
We might have to correct this later.
Most likely it'll be this way. Yes, here.
Oh, very good.
Then Ichiriki played Komoku. I suppose normally speaking should be seeing an approach here.
That would be the Minster Chinese opening.
Unless we have Master playing.
Master would play there, yes. That's the Google AI.
Yes. AlphaGo, that is.
And otherwise, you could see moves like this look also fairly reasonable.
Right. Maybe all game. There's plenty of options.
It's interesting that the Google AI Master did not actually play this move very much against this. Like if these 2 zones were reverse.
Then it was almost always.
Usually it played the large knight move.
Yes. So we got an approach. And white answered.
This indicates that maybe it's going to play the
Mid-Chinese.
Mid-Chinese, yeah.
One of these 2 in that case.
Yes.
Or in the case of Master, it could still be the 2 ways.
Yes, it could still play that.
It looks like the bot is playing quite quickly.
So this is probably more common when white has a star point on the lower side, in which case white would almost always play something
Splitting
on the
move.
side. A splitting move, yes. Or a kakari sometimes.
Yes.
When this is a 3-4 point, it can be the same kind of thing, or white could play a corner closer here.
Then we see something like this, for example.
This kind of seki could also
become a
white
moyo
also
kind
have
of
big
game.
moyo. Yeah.
In the UEC Cup, do you remember if Fine Art played the same kind of opening.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I think there was some mini Chinese game at least, but maybe on the knockout round there was maybe this here. I recall seeing a kind of this kind of shape. And then I think, was it Zen playing white who took the shoulder hit immediately?
Not playing here once.
Maybe did. Then here.
And this was here or here?
It might have been a turn actually, yes.
Yeah. I think I saw this, but it must have been on the first day because
Yes.
I didn't see it firsthand.
I checked very quickly. And it, right, Zen was black in this one. So finally Zen made a big blunder over here. Died with some 5 stones. The game was quickly over.
So it was in the elimination rounds and on the first day.
We are actually
Oh,
seeing
I thought
something
that was
similar.
the rub, yes. Actually, white can crawl or white can play here.
Right.
This is also kind of a Joseki move.
How was this nowadays? Does black push here?
Black
I don't
should probably
remember.
push.
And white
That's
used
the
to push
human
this.
Joseki.
Yes. We most likely will not see it here. But
Yes.
and then black and
connect,
block here.
Or block, yes. Sometimes the player connects to.
Yes. I actually recall seeing some of Zen's games online where I think the human always plays this variation and Zen always cuts, which doesn't work locally,
Ah, yes.
and then Zen ends up the dead group. It's kind of a way of tricking the bot. But Fine Art most likely doesn't have that kind of weakness. But still, we are getting here. Black pushed and white poked up.
White will, yeah, black has to cover that.
Yes. And then white could turn or just connect, I suppose. Okay. So far, so good.
Haha.
What? Now that's an interesting move, wouldn't you say?
Oh, well, it's interesting, yes. It gets rid of the cut, and it's a bit, it's trying to keep the corner territory at the same time.
Right. Like if it's simply a connection, then
White can still jump in.
or jump
Yes, yeah.
will be very easy to play later on. And of course, if it's a simple block, then it might not work immediately, but anything here will make a difference for the cut. It's an interesting balance. I'm trying to think of a way to find Tevari for this shape, but I cannot really think of anything.
I would expect something like this.
The right side seems big.
Fine Art seems to be playing fairly quickly. Maybe not as quickly as
A little bit
Zen was.
slower than Zen.
Yeah.
But it's making its moves in like 15 seconds maybe. Or 20. So with the jump over here, black is going for a kind of moyo shape on the left side. In this kind of game, it seems like this area will be big quite
Oh,
soon.
yes. It's also big for black. Would play the peep here.
Yes. And unless white does something, black will push through immediately.
I guess.
Right. That does seem like kind of a promising kind of sequence for black. This exchange doesn't exist, but black did play shoulder hits.
Okay.
White pushed,
And
black jumped.
Yeah, that's a light move. But of course, it's not going to be sent in now.
Yes. The difference with the color is big, right? If it's
some
an
black
extension, then at least Hane connection will most likely be sent. And if here, there's all kinds of trouble left, right?
That is a bit troublesome. So black's not really hoping to do that. But it's, of course, it's strong towards the center, so it's
Right.
Hard to say which is better.
I don't actually recall seeing this kind of model shape in a game by an AI. This almost looks like something Takemiya would be happy with, the kind of box shape.
I mean, it's a kind of a box shape, but having the stone there on the third line would be unusual for Takemiya.
It would be more like here.
It would be on the fourth line.
Weakness of the third line would be that white could possibly shoulder hit. Try to raise the Moyo. Of course, in this game, black has quite a good wall, so the cap will be perfect. And if white was to go in, it looks like white will live, but black will also be getting quite nice shape. Somewhere around here.
Yeah, I guess that's a nice life. In the actual game, white made the shoulder hit and extended, so that's even
Heavier, you could say.
yes. Compared to the jump, there's more power when white covers here.
Right.
So if
Black
plays
is
here,
black more wants to turn here, but
in which
of
case
course,
white would
play something right here.
yes,
Get out.
something like that, maybe somewhere around here.
Yes.
Unless white jumps. Jumping, even if white jumps, so black will make the nice move. White's probably going to play or something.
Yes. So far, it looks like white is also doing okay.
Well, white has more territory, of course, because
Yes.
that's just the way white played the opening.
Right. Whether black is able to use his stones around here will be a big factor in the game. Has to attack white in the center. Turn here would also be a nice point.
Yes,
but
yes, that's it could be played.
in that case, of course, black would do something in the center as well.
Yes. And the clock maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's maybe a bit too close to black's thickness.
It looks like it might get under attack.
Yeah, I would prefer to play towards the center.
Yes.
And I think with black, maybe black would leave it now and play something on the left side, on the right side, that is.
And then later on in the game, something like it's kind of cutting up that it happen. This kind of thing.
And it could happen, yes.
It's something black would aim for. Ichiriki Ryo stopped here for a bit. So far it seems pretty much like a human game.
Yeah, there's
Difficult to
nothing
say.
unusual.
Yes.
Well, AIs are looking more and more like humans
Yes.
as they gain experience, I guess.
It's so scary how quickly they're developing. In the 6 games that Master played, the shoulder hit was increasingly common, right?
Oh yes,
By
in
Master.
many positions.
Yes.
Yes.
It was so common that I start thinking about these kinds of black moves nowadays quickly.
Well, many people do.
Yes. And of course, the second interesting thing, of course, was that the people who played AlphaGo started noticing the trend and started playing the shoulder hit by themselves as well.
I guess.
And AlGo quite often didn't want to answer directly. Well, of course, this situation is different, but sometimes it played the kind of move.
Yes, once it did.
Yes. And then this was a black moyo in this corner, but black kind of just gave up the one stone. It was shoulder hit. And what else was there? I think there was this kind of a shape as well, with white here. And the human player played this kind of shoulder hit. It might have happened 2 or 3 times actually. And I don't think AlphaGo ever played either of these moves, always cutting with this way.
Well, I remember a game in that case where black already had a group on that side.
Yes, it was
So that would not be unusual.
this kind of shape here. Anyway, AlphaGo's
Yes,
direct answer
indeed, it
didn't
was like
exist.
that. Actually, I think it might have been the extension. It was one of those two.
One of those two, yeah.
Yes.
Both games existed.
So white did play here.
Okay.
And so now black could move to the right side here, or if black wants to continue to attack, black could play something like this. Oh,
Black
but
attach.
attach.
That is also something that Master would play. Be a turn, I suppose. Then something around here. Maybe.
Yes, standard variation.
So because the white corner enclosure is already strong, there's nothing much to do about it. Yes, this has become more and more popular recently.
Yes, it's popular in one of the, in this kind of, let's see,
With the
in this kind of opening. I'm doing the white and black zones. in reverse,
yes.
but when black plays a kakari, instead of playing the extension here, it has become common to play this kind of thing.
Right.
And so it's becoming more popular. Originally it was a move that was suggested by Goseigen, I think, who was one of the more
that time
modern
already.
players who liked this move.
Yes.
And this move as well as this one. But he uses them differently than the
AlphaGo
AI,
AIs.
yes, AlphaGo did. For instance, Goseigen generally extended
Right.
after the shoulder hit, whereas
The bots usually
Master
jump.
jumps, yes.
It was kind of interesting actually. I just recently had a look at the 21st Century Go
Oh,
Japanese
yes.
book, and it was already in page 50 or so that if there's opening where I think white has 2 star points, black has a star point and this enclosure, Goseigen basically said that white always has played this one. It's the
Yes.
only move in page 50. And that book is already, is it 20 years old?
Yes.
Goseigen was ahead of the time.
This is a very unusual way for white to play, but it's not unheard of. Like if black plays here and plays here, black is threatening to take the cornerstone.
Right, so white would usually go down.
And since this is bad shape towards the side, it was considered bad for white originally. But since white's corner has become strong, and there's still some potential, like I think in this game white would be doing something like this.
So to threaten to take the
Yes.
safety.
Maybe this way.
Yes. And black doesn't really feel like playing this either, but will just extend or...
Oh yes. Well, let's see. Who is white? The white is
Ichiriki.
Ichiriki, so maybe he'll play here.
Ah,
I don't really see AI is playing very much on the second line in this kind of position.
Right.
So I doubt that.
But in
If it was-
professional Go, it's very common.
This would be the most common.
I wonder why they don't like it.
I think in general they attach a higher value to
Higher
third
tones.
and fourth lines. Yes.
Black actually played Hane below, then jump.
In which case, yes.
And so Ichiriki played Keima.
I would like to be playing pincer fairly soon. Otherwise, I could play the attachment.
Something like Kakei too much here.
What?
Pressing.
Oh yes, that kind of thing, making thickness.
If Black is trying to aim for this one. And then finally the shape here is just a little bit weak, so...
There's also some difference distance from the center.
Right.
So I would prefer to be able to do something
Take the
like
middle
this.
The bot actually played there.
And then try to make a kind of a splitting attack here,
Right.
if possible.
That way Black is giving out territory from start. So from the whole board perspective, Black is not really caring about the lower side. And instead is kind of
Indeed.
taking the fight in center.
The lower side is relatively small compared to the right side. And again, the AI is playing fairly quickly. I guess it's playing quicker than 30 seconds per move.
Yes, it feels like 20 seconds so far, but I didn't
It's used
count.
5 minutes and it's played something like 18 moves. So
300
3 or 4
seconds.
moves each minute.
Yes. So between 15 and 20.
Well, at that pace, it won't even go into the overtime.
Ah, that's right. 11 times this. If it goes until the end, it'll have something like 10 minutes left. Whereas Ichiriki has 47 minutes left at this point.
It just turned to 46. I think he's playing more quickly than he did in the first game.
Seems that way, yeah. He finally regretted using too much time in the opening. And he was quickly done in. Pincer. Normally speaking, would White play something like jump or Keima perhaps? That, well, I would like to bend around it.
Oh. White played a much more aggressive
Oh.
move.
I did not see that.
Here.
So taking into account that White has this kind of peep, well, if White had this,
This
as
would
first
just
thing-
make it very easy for Black to counter with this. And then pushing through here, this would be Miai.
if this became a capturing race, well, White's shape is bad, so it looks dangerous. Ah, sorry. If it's not for this kind of shape through,
So I was maybe I was hasty here. Maybe Black should start with something like this.
I would like to block from the corner. shape okay?
So white will win by one move. This is a bit painful. I guess black
Probably has to do it.
I
Well,
really
if it
like
wins the
this.
capturing rate, it should be enough. Okay. White needs to surround. How is this? It's a black win, isn't it? Black wins by 1, 2.
Well, the corner, black has extra liberties in the corner, so
Yes.
it looks like black's in the way.
Making these changes, of course, bad tile, so white didn't fix the shape. Black had 2 cutting points left
Right,
after
it
all.
makes it much more awkward for black to be
Right.
playing this move, I think. Oh, but he did, yeah. So black played here, and
White played a
here,
shoulder hit. Black blocked,
and covered, and then a hunter.
and then white just played Hane.
It's an interesting trade. So white, with this move, white is basically erasing the potential of the attachment, which
Right.
would give much more momentum to black moving out into the center.
And then with the shoulder hit, white is aiming for covering here. So black has to go out. And white's Hane.
So white is leaning
Powerful.
on this group to hopefully counterattack in the center.
Black jump. It's an interesting sequence. The game here turned out to be quite powerful. Now it's way hard for black to get out.
And white would like to be playing here maybe, in which case black would probably answer.
Next move is a bit, yes. Black's cut will be overplayed, so that's be happening. And here.
And then I think white has to move up into the center. Unless white plays maybe once more.
Seems like maybe black should also be playing Keima. And then peep.
I'm not sure. So white did that without this exchange.
So extending out. So without making the exchange means white is trying to play this one instead, maybe?
Maybe that one, or maybe the invasion here later if it can get strong enough.
So black pushed.
And the territorial situation has changed a little bit, as this is beginning to look like it could become a black territory.
Right, quite a
So,
sizable one.
If it does become territory. So then it will be close to 30 points. And that left side has about 20 points. So black has something like 50 points, whereas white has only 15 points
here.
in there.
Maybe 10.
And then a few points there. So white's still in the vicinity of 30 points.
Right. So black would be 20
well,
ahead.
of course, this is not territory yet, but that would give black sizable territorial lead.
Just push in the corner. I wonder if white will answer this or not. corner stick though.
Probably a good time for white to start playing in the center, though. Like maybe here.
Something.
Or maybe.
It's a little bit difficult. It feels like these white zones will become one awkward group that's kind of connected but doesn't do anything.
Well, if they connect, they'll become stronger. Like if we assume something like that and something like this, then white can start building some territory on these.
Right. Assuming this, for example.
And then white could maybe try something, maybe a ko in the corner. I'm not so sure.
Yes.
That would be dangerous maybe, but
I'm always a little bit concerned about this kind of center group. Like, it seems strong, but when there's a two-space extension, the opponent could easily do something like this. It might not be a big deal, of course, but I end up overworrying.
In this case, it doesn't seem very serious.
Yes.
Oh, so white answered in the corner. Might as well move back to the game.
Yes. White went down.
And with this move, white is threatening to cut here somewhere.
Yes.
Like white could play
Especially
this
because
first.
this is a... Yes. So white a connection here.
And that is why black had to answer here.
Which is also, well, it's one eye.
It's not alive yet. So white can actually
Try something a little more severe.
cannot. Well, black has one eye, so
Yes.
white can actually cannot try to kill the
Right.
black group,
But he tries something like try to cover black from outside. And then take center to go elsewhere. It's a far off plan though. Assuming, for example, that white was, well, if this became alive and white was able to get about one stone around here, could there be some kind of aim around here to split black for these stones?
Oh yes. There is that. Black should be able to make a life even locally since black has forcing moves from above.
Right.
And
White also has to look after this shape.
Yeah, kind of a cramped shape.
Yes.
But this is something that white can sort of hope for. Problem is that this side group is in more danger.
Right. For the time being, white doesn't have the time. How did play it? It looks like a thin shape, however. So white is going to cover here, and as I said, tries around, it seems like. How does black go about it? Attachment. Would kind of be a nice technique, but the right side also takes a huge amount of damage. Saving the two stones would be impossible, so it would have to be this way.
Maybe white should play here first.
I see. Yeah, it's not so brilliant for white, for black.
No, white has not played here yet, but I expect this.
It means a cut.
That doesn't. Well,
Doesn't
the cut white will have to play here.
Corner is alright.
Otherwise, if black gets this cut in the attachment, that might be stronger.
It would
Still,
feel like
white's
white is
corner
okay.
is okay. Yeah, it's okay for the time being.
But there must be some kind of combination black going for. Usually speaking, this should be it's an exchange, isn't it? It doesn't work.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to play the attachment here. So it's
Right.
not. One gets a feeling that black is hoping to, well, at least force with this move. And white did answer here.
The next black move should be at least telling us what black is trying to do. I'm too confident about this black. That'll be cut there. One more capturing race. Oh no, but it's too weak all over. This doesn't seem like it'll go
Probably,
well.
yeah.
Black does have the cutoff here. So if black extends here, black can A4 quickly. So
I
this
think
extension is forcing.
DeepZenGo is looking at maybe that one.
Or this one. Oh, it is actually, yes.
And then crawl.
And white really can't turn here, can he? That'll be bad. And then I got. Also, it is severe.
And could be a semi-eye against the corner.
Right.
I'm not sure how this would turn out actually after this, but maybe playable for black. I don't know. Otherwise, black could roll here at some point, but it would have to be before black starts that.
Right. Just for the time being, there's this one as well.
So the game has progressed to this move. And white can, otherwise white can play this way, but this would be good for black, I think. Yes, being able to pull back there.
Yes, this would be
much more potential there. And
Black
there's
might be
always,
here.
in a pinch, black could play here and squeeze this white group. Looks like white can live, but this would, if black did something like this, it would become more difficult for white to kill this black group.
And if it becomes emergency,
It would
black
be a
will be
semi-eye.
alive anyway.
I sort of still doubt that black could win that semi-eye, but white does have some trouble on the outside here. Like black could maybe play here.
Right. Well, if, for example, white played here, it looks quite difficult to escape, doesn't it? What is this actually?
Oh, black lost that one, didn't he? So that's no
It's by
good.
one. Does it actually get out with this one?
Yes.
Perhaps not so easy for black either.
It's suddenly a very difficult fight here.
Yes.
Black did play this move, and it's Ichiriki's move. So white has a difficult choice here, whether this is it fills white's own liberty. It's a bit of a troublesome move to play.
Right.
Whereas this would leave the potential for the cut underneath. For instance, if black was to back down with something like this, it would give white better shape. But
right.
In this case, actually, black would have more potential against the center. So
There's
if
fewer
we assume
liberties.
this, then this. So there's the potential squeeze here, which is it's worrying for white. So this might be the better way to play in squeeze. It
Just
depends.
locally speaking, it seems
It all depends on what happens in the center.
It's something that's very difficult to read out.
Yes. And even Ichiriki, he's known to be a very strong fighter.
Right,
actually.
his ring is very strong, size.
But even he is stopped at this point.
It is a kind of place where you actually want to stop down and think about it, because this will decide a lot about the game to follow.
Yes.
Can we have one look more at the variation where white simply connects? Because that one seems straightforward. Directly here. Well, that way is out, of course.
Maybe better for black to do it in this order.
Now white would like to cover. Be a touch. So it's a net. No, it doesn't quite work yet, but what it is? Ah, that's a net over there. Excuse me. Still the same thing. Or is it?
It's not a perfect net, no. So maybe black should be just simply playing here. That's not good.
This will get more and more out of hand.
Okay. White did connect here.
And black did
Push and white played the hane. So white's filling the liberty here, I suppose.
And then did black cut.
I believe
Is the
it was
order
that
different?
order, yes.
Otherwise, it could be. No, in that case, white would play here, wouldn't he?
Right. Yeah, I think it was. I think I saw it in this order.
Then cut.
That's interesting. Now, if white takes this stone, then this will become.
Oh, that will be forcing.
Yeah, so that's a get
That'll
out.
be kept.
So this is a forcing move.
Then something like this.
And this is not on the board yet. It looks like it's not so easy for white either. So maybe black does have a way to do this. White has played the cut.
And black has just gone down.
Otherwise, white could play this way.
And I suppose in this case, black would use the turn. And then
again,
do something.
Again here, yes. Otherwise, if white plays this one, there's still there's still a good deal of Haji here. Like black could black do anything here?
Correctly speaking. It might be the most difficult one for black to handle.
Why don't we play this first?
Well, of course, if white directly plays high, the cut will be difficult to handle. So white has to do jump here, and maybe here. Oh, how's the corner? That looks like no chance for white.
One or two moves good for black. So white did not play that way.
White played the simple extension, it looks like.
So that finishes off the corner, the side swings.
Black
black forced with this.
Yes. And then black has pushed into center.
So next there's the net here, the geta. This captures those two stones.
Yes.
Otherwise, it looks like black can manage at least this kind of thing.
Right.
In the center.
Overall, it seems like if black is able to get through from here.
But black played this way.
Oh.
And white had played the extension.
And so white also directly play here.
So now again, it's uncertain. Black would like to be able to be looking for this move. So maybe once here.
Also, it's kind of under pressure here, so he would like to go out.
If black, it looks like white can capture, or at least play the knight's move, it might be better. So maybe it's going to be, maybe black's going to be going after these stones, but this group is still not yet alive. At some point, white probably wants to play this
before this one, for example, there.
To make sure that this is not alive, because now when black plays here,
you'll be half alive, only.
Black can capture.
Yes.
I mean, white can capture half of the group. So
in center even, or
and then at some point, white might even be able to play this exchange too, to kill the whole thing. So this is how the game is. Black played there immediately. Okay. So, and white played here. Oh, not yet. Not yet.
Somehow it seems to me like white is in the better position here, but I wouldn't know how to play as black.
Well, if white does capture the whole thing, it'll be about 80 points in all.
Even if this dies, it'll be harder.
Yes. So, well, of course, there was a move here that I was showing to live for half of the group.
Right.
So the actual mechanics of getting that exchange in to kill the whole group is important, maybe. And also there's the cut here. So black needs to come back to this area fairly soon.
White played the P now.
Oh, yes, this one.
It seems like black has no choice here, as he. Assuming black connects, this didn't have. Corrected.
Usually white will just play this way.
Peaceful way would be to play around here, I suppose. It doesn't seem like black could easily help the turns. How much could black possibly get, actually?
Oh, that doesn't work. Sorry about that. Maybe
Theory
if
here
white
is quite
cuts this
strong.
way.
Yes, because this area is too thin.
My feeling is it's
that'll
difficult
quite
for
tough.
black to kill that group.
Yes, you're right. As long as it's difficult, it's not a promising way of play. This is not here.
Not here.
So black has connected in white's turn. Ichiriki has 27 minutes remaining. Meanwhile, fine art has used 10 minutes.
Maybe it's better to play here after all.
Ah,
White would like to fill a dominator, fill a liberty of the black stones.
If black tries to go out, then if black would block here, that'll be cleanly cut.
Maybe not. Black connects. Which would depend on black having stone here, but yes, it is bad to leave that. Yeah.
White also doesn't look clean here then.
So I guess it must be here. Unless white wants to try to move out into the center, but that would make a move around here, forcing.
It seems like this will always be forcing the right side, since this press should look strong. But I think that's good. Or go out even.
This could actually be a bit dangerous for black.
It actually looks that way, yes. Even if this one was forcing, it doesn't really change. There's any cutting points. Jump. But there's the obvious weakness in that case. Well, if this is forcing, then...
This would be, well, it's not clear, is it? It's not clear. Black would start with this one.
Right. And then when white plays here.
This would be better shape.
This way it looks tough for white.
It becomes bad for white then. So it doesn't really want to try, for instance, something like this to get out to the center, because that will have that bad
Double effect.
Bad effect on this side. So it seems natural for white to be going after 3 stones.
Ichiriki Ryo is deep in thought, however. Can you find some other way?
He has 25 minutes left.
Yes. How do you feel about the flow of the game so far? It's become difficult fighting, but white push.
Well, it's a fight to kill. And the best black can do locally is to live with half of the group, so that's...
Right.
It seems playable. It seems like white has a good chance here. And of course, it does depend on whether black can surround the whole left side, which would be pretty big.
Which is, however, quite difficult to accomplish, as long as cutting points around here exist.
And white does have, if we assume that white takes the whole area here, white will have a sizable amount of territory, even if black surrounds all of this. I sort of doubt that black would be able to win.
Right.
And what's more, it's going to entail a lot of some extra moves inside to really finish off
Which will
this white
make it
group.
smaller.
Yeah.
Could white be looking for this kind of cut? Oh, it works.
So maybe here, and then here, and then here maybe. But then of course there would be too much bad energy here.
Just trying to see if this cut exists, but it's also a bit far away. Technically it works, but that's dangerous.
There's a ko here.
So white has to do something. Is this enough?
In that case, black wins the semi.
Right.
Yes. So it does look dangerous for white.
White doesn't have so many liberties here.
So white jumped out. In this case, black cannot push through and cut because white will play here.
Then black goes out Tari here, and for 2.
Or maybe just cut. Yes. So black cannot do that. So but when black connects here, white has to add another stone. So this is a completely different, completely different fight. In that white has to add a stone here now, and black will be able to surround this.
Right. In the game, white has bumped here, and then it's black's turn at this point. But connection.
I expect the connection. If white plays on this side, then black comes through here. Again, this looks very dangerous for white.
Right.
Can we, let's see, you tried this one already, in which case this is forcing. And I think the ko is bad for white. The ko I was talking about is this one.
Then, because it's always forcing, so white has to capture. And this one, black also captures first.
Yes.
There's nothing on this board which is big enough.
Right.
Black with the hanging connection. Seems to become the same shape.
It's probably better. Better shape. So, just to go through this once more. Playing this did not work. Curling around does not work because black pushes out and captures with this.
Right.
So that's 2 failures. Otherwise, white's only choice is to play here and here and here. And
then connect. But this is against ko.
It's a ko again, right? Even if black goes immediately. Otherwise, it's bad on this side too, because black can capture the one.
Oh, right.
And then
maybe push through and connect and go down.
Right. So white's going to lose that. So there's no way to handle that.
It actually seems like white doesn't have time to play here.
Right.
But
yes.
So white might, for example.
So if white plays on this side, then black is now going to play the jump here.
And it's going to be capturing race in this area, which again seems difficult for white.
That is difficult for white, yes. Unless white can open up a hole in black's outside shape.
It would be Tetsuji. Maybe here. Jump, is it?
This time it worked for white.
Yes.
Yes. Because white does have about five or six moves. So that semi favors white.
Possibly when white plays this one, black has to play from the outside again. But does it work any better? This connection will be good.
Oh, and we have come this far. White played on this side, filling a liberty maybe. And black jumped. So we've come this far. And just fighting the semi, let's just do that once. just to show it. So yeah, let's do it from this side. And so we have this. At this point, we should be able to figure it out. And black wins by at least one move. Like even if black fills the inner lurdy here,
Yes.
black will win by a move. So this is looking bad for white.
Capturing race is no option, so as you also pointed out, white is running. And current situation is black has played this one and white is going to play Hane here.
Maybe that, yes.
And okay.
I wonder if there's, maybe this does not work though. No, this is not
It's a bit far.
Yeah.
Can black play this kind of move? Does it really change? No, there's still a cutting point, no matter what.
Black played here. So
that's the strongest one.
white will escape once, but then again black will be able to continue to attack because black does have a lot of power in the area.
Right.
So if white plays here, black will probably play
Connection or yes. And white has to use this kind of move to get out. Oh, it seems a bit far, doesn't it? Black will maybe jump. This looks like black will get out.
So what about this one?
So white has a forcing move around here. How is this for shape? Here. It's a bit thinner than previously. I think this white gets out. It becomes a very fun squeeze. Black cannot play on this side, right? Black captured, it's a very direct ladder.
Yes, that one was easy, yes.
So black has to play on the right side when white cuts. And this when white extends is also bad, isn't it? For black.
Maybe yes.
Still feels a bit awkward.
And does what not play? Maybe white has to play this one first.
It'd be forcing in any case. Black doesn't really have that many liberties.
Black only has, well, at this point 4.
Yes. Getting out, well.
The Suji is to play here. And
This would be here, but.
actually the Suji is to play like this.
Alright. And then to make a squeeze of it. This is actually out.
Oh, sorry.
It is actually out.
So this one got out? Yes.
In that
So
case, it's not
let's
so
just
easy
get
for
back to the game situation. We're getting lost here.
Yes.
So white has not played yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. This looks like it's the Suji. Here, here. And this variation does look a bit dangerous for black. And so this is what we were exploring. It looks like white has captured the black groove. But we're doing this one, right? So this has to be combined by playing something like this first.
Mm-hmm. If white has any forcing moves in that area.
So maybe here.
So again, white is setting up this one.
And then here. And then black plays here. White plays here.
Then black has to do here, but this time...
And this time there's quite a difference. Yes.
So we can play this one, which
yes.
gives 2 extra liberties.
Mm-hmm. And if black answers on this side, then white can play
Still
this
play
one
that one.
to capture the 2 stones here.
Yes.
So it looks like white should be able to escape.
By jumping.
Mm.
Right, so that's the shape, yes. Ichiriki is deep in thought at this point, so shall we have a quick break?
Sure.
どれぐらいにしますか ?5 分、10分。So we will have a 10-minute break from now on. We'll be back shortly. Okay, and we are back from the break.
Yes. Well, Ichiriki did play here and then jumped. So this move was what we thought would happen. And then he started playing different moves. Basically, what I think is happening is if white plays here and black cuts here, then this will be good for white because white cuts here and will win a semi-eye. Like black has only four liberties. So what Ichiriki is worried about is that maybe black's going to cut this side, in which case white only gets these two stones. So my feeling is that this would, if white can capture this black group, like at least this half of it, this should be good for white anyway. But white is losing a lot in the center also. So my assumption is that he was trying to get something a little bit better.
Right. There's still a half life remaining here, right?
There's half of it can live. But still white would have about 65 points in all.
Right.
Plus the profit here.
So it seems like white's trying for something more.
And so white plays here. So when white does this and black plays to capture the three stones,
if black is going to play that
white
one
wants
anyway.
the capture here to be as big as possible. So he plays here. For instance, if black connects here,
so then white would go out. And
then white would be taking four stones.
And that would be a world of difference.
This would be very decisive. So, so black played here, and again white played here.
Still looking for the same result.
The same result. For example. Like, yes, it would be similar in that white would be able to capture a large group of black stones. Yes, white would get all 6 of them. Right. So white's sort of aiming for this kind of trade. And black countered with this. Now I think white's going to connect.
Oh, white is going out, it seems like.
Going out now. We're seem to be having trouble with the income here.
Right. I think we are up to this point.
Okay. And now if black cuts here, again white will be able to capture all the black stones.
So white will surround and then go down.
Yes.
Which still seems good enough all around. Yes.
Oh, so this is happening. So let's see, let's just go through the order of moves again.
Black cut,
white puts through there. Has them connected. So we have this trade. And it is white's turn now. So I'm expecting either here or here.
Probably Atari correctly.
So white does have a kind of a shortage of liberties here, which is troublesome, in that black can probably play here and have a living shape now.
Does it make a difference if this white stone is here? Block here at this point, or would black try to find a call?
This would be a call.
All right, if black has this ISO, if it connects. So locally jump in shape.
I wonder about this variation. Would this be good enough for white?
So how does the territory look like? It's fine for
this could end up being an endgame again. I thought the game was going to end with this fight, but maybe And if something like this happens, it could be still a fairly close game.
Right. So in any case, as long as the black group lives, then the talk will continue.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it can.
So instead of playing the Atari, white's other alternative would be to play from underneath. Or to cut here. This might be better if white is looking for just some profit. But then, of course, white has to make eyes here, so
Right.
it's a different story. I think white wants
Seems
to
like
go
vector
after...
killing is good. Taking playing stones there.
Maybe the Atari underneath.
And then connect.
This symbols the fight capture.
Is black now captured already?
Yes, this is bad for white. So
In which case black is dead.
yes, oh, he did play here.
I see.
So taking destroying the black eye here is very important.
Right. Black captured, white is going to connect.
So black can make life this way.
White got in trouble.
So white has to come back here.
Even in this case, doesn't black take stones immediately?
Ah, yes.
So white actually cannot enter here.
So white would just leave it.
Yes. And then maybe go here. I see.
White is not really gaining very much with this, is he? So white does not play here at all, yes.
Will simply be alive. If it becomes like this, does black have something like this available?
Well, right, if black plays here, or I mean without playing this move.
I mean, does white have to defend against this one?
Yes.
Black's next game will be around here. Maybe here.
But of course,
Yes.
now white will go after the black
Right.
group. So the
There's
moment
a big A here,
yeah,
that's cutting
the
point,
moment black
but
plays,
the moment black lives around here, white will probably have to do something in this area to reinforce.
or peep once. I think peeping once is big enough.
Black should want to answer this one. So something like this could end up happening.
So in this case, white has about 15 points and then some more here, so it's about 20 points, 30, 45, at least 50 points all. And black has, starts with about 20 points here.
And the top right
and
corner.
here. So black does have a lot of territory. It's a bit thin, maybe here. So they're, well, both sides are thin, so yes. Black might be playing here next.
In which case it would increase by 6 points maybe?
I think this looks like it could actually become a close game. In the actual game, black played here now, without living. Oops.
And white simply
Let's see.
captured.
And white simply captured. So now this whole group is dead.
This one, did
It's
black
not-
also play here?
Oh, I'm sorry. So black must have played this one first. And then white killed the black group.
And then black lived
Okay,
here.
so now it's again a vicious fight. So now the black group has no way of making life. But the white group is cut off now. So it's again turning it to a position where it could be a semi-eye.
Right.
Let's see. How many liberties does black have? Black has... If we allow black to play this point, which is kind of a key point, it's 5, 7, 9, 10, 11 liberties.
Yes. Whereas if white is able to play there,
then for the time being it's just 6. And even if black answers like this, like let's have this kind of...
it's this one.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 liberties.
8
So
or
it's either
11.
10 or 11 or 8. So white does need to extend
this
his
is for liberties, however.
Well, I have the feeling that if black plays this way and white manages to connect here,
This looks like white would have enough.
black probably needs to play here to reduce white's liberties.
Yes.
So that's 6 liberties here, 4 there. Black probably needs to move somewhere around here.
In which case, now this becomes 8, and white should win.
6, 9. Okay, so that would be one move difference. Let's get back to the game position. Now that Ichiriki is in Byomi, we're liable to lose him if we don't keep up.
So diagonal.
So white played here in the diagonal connection, and black push. So far, this group does not have very many liberties, so white has to continue running out something like this, maybe.
So locally speaking, black can push here and throw in. It's very few liberties. This is one. Oh, there's this one though.
So black has 2. I mean, white. If we say something like this, 1 liberty, 3, 5, 6. So it's only 6 so far. And well, if we make it easy, then yeah.
Okay.
That's 8.
This is 14, so...
Oh, that's 4, so it's 9 then.
9, yes. So white could again play this one, which becomes 8. But in the meanwhile, black hasn't played here. Black pushed, white jumped.
Jumped.
And black attached here. Somehow the flow seems like white is going to get enough liberties, capture that one, but this becomes black territory, this might get hurt. Even if there is an end game of this game, it seems like it'll be short. Somehow. Because it's going to be a big territory here, big territory here.
I don't think black can win by territory though. I think that white probably has too much territory.
I see. Extended. So in that case, black would have to capture.
It might depend on what happens with these stones.
Well, they can be forced later as well.
So that has... It already has 8 liberties. So if it was something like this, white would already have 8 liberties.
Black played a diagonal attachment without exchanging.
It's probably better not to play that one, yes.
There's many co-threats for black as well. If, for example, this were to become co. Well, if white plays one more move in the center, it should be safe. But of course, this Hane is very big.
I don't think white can afford to play on the upper side yet. The semi.
It does feel dangerous.
Yeah. Question is where in the center should white play? Maybe something like this.
white is still a little bit iffy. Black's moves around here seem like they will be forcing. White bended.
Here.
Yes.
This could actually be a ko. But of course, black's group is not completely strong either.
Right.
Suddenly, the black group is beginning to look a bit dangerous because of the cut here. My feeling is that if white can escape with this group, usually it should be a win for
That'll
white.
be a one game. Oh, black did Hane here. The shape around here looks a bit iffy, but for the time being, for example, if white were to cut, black can simply push through from here,
Yes.
which also affects the liberties of the white group. If not for cut, white can play here, of course. Then black has no choice but to connect. Maybe.
But even if white just plays this way,
Right.
in this case, white already has several liberties.
Oh, right,
Probably
that's better.
will be able to win the semi-I. No, with connection. That is still alive. At the very least, white is still alive on the side here. We can go through the variation here. Yes, that one. So that's going to be a seki shape. So that's a seki. So white does have life here at the very least.
Right.
And with the connection, putting some pressure on black in the center.
Even something like black connection here doesn't make a difference to the upper side, does it?
It's still alive.
Yes. Just the Hane connection is the same thing. Something like this might make it bigger.
We can play Hane in the hanging connection.
Wait a second, isn't that core shape? It's a difficult sumegoto. I think I recall seeing this, but how was it? Does it start from Hane and then placement? Ah, no, that way it's live, right? Ah, yes, this one. So that's a core shape.
Might avoid that by playing.
Feeling it was something like this, but maybe simply jumping is good enough. That looks alive. All right, that will be a C-shape locally at least. Probably alive. If it becomes core, most likely white will be enough for white.
I think this is alive here.
Yes.
So, black covered here. So it looks like black is, because of the weakness here, black is going to try to just to surround the center.
Right.
So now white has 4-5. White can win the semi-I now. The question is, can white combine this weakness with a way to connect white in the center? Like I seem to see that white can play here.
So if black is going to play this one, then white connects here with the follow aim. Black is not able to.
How's this going to turn out? Actually, black can play once here.
Ah, if that's so, it's forcing the. Yes.
And so that's not good for white.
Yes.
Maybe white has to play this one first. before this. And so maybe
Even
black
then,
can
black
play
might
here.
be able to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now in this position, white will have 2, 4, 6, 8. About 11 liberties.
11, which means that even if black plays this one, it's still a white win. White played at hurry, and black countered. That should be a connection, I suppose. Then the P will be good. Capture. And now white has not so many.
Yeah, this doesn't have as many
It
liberties.
looks like section was better.
Yeah. This is more liberties for white, yes.
I hope Ichiriki didn't make a mistake here. That would be a sad way to end it.
White could probably still win with this move.
This move doesn't exist, however.
Yeah, no, he didn't play there. White cut immediately.
At this point.
Black will play here. And connect. And draw.
Then capture, I suppose. How many? But this is still not so many.
Black
Maybe-
hasn't played here yet. White will probably just have to finish this group off with this.
All right, this is what's her.
So this, let's see, 10. White has at least 85 points.
This seems like 70 points. 85 years.
This actually could be fairly close, but I think white might have a slight lead.
Left side is like 60 points, right? And black could play here to make the upright corner,
Yes.
which will be 25 more.
But then white would be able to get some extra
Right.
points here. So
we are at the
against
point
this
white-
move, black connect here,
Yes, white cut.
and white cut.
And just as we predicted, black played it here.
And it's white's turn
Yes. Fine art still has 45 minutes remaining, and Ichiriki has been in Yoyomi for some time now. Yes, he just got up there. In the games that Fine Art played in the UEC Cup, there were also some weird situations that life and death was not clearly established.
Yes.
Could it be that Fine Art has trouble with life and death, or
Well, I think that the AIs that use the neural networks nowadays do seem to have trouble with life and death.
Right.
It seems to be a weak, but they don't really look at the local position.
They
but
make
look
the
at
kind of a
overall
global
situation.
estimation
Yeah,
all the time.
So it is a kind of a, they don't, at the very least, they don't go through the same logic that a human professional does.
Right. A human professional would just see that locally this is that kind of shape and how, for example, liberties or cutting alters it. So it becomes exceedingly clear, for example, in Endgame.
Yes.
A human pro can easily say this move is worth so and so many points, or this player has so many points there, and the bots will just give points up as long as the result doesn't matter and change. Play normal connection.
Okay.
White should be wedging. So it's also kind of interesting to think about if White is reading this correctly or not. It should be reading it correctly, but there always could be some kind of mistake with the Monte Carlo reading. In case it was Zen, for example, it might have made a mistake in the semi-AI.
Well, White doesn't really have, I think the way White played, White is, does not have so many liberties now.
Right.
So like, even if White plays this way, we'll make sure there's no human mistakes. Let's see. Black plays
There's
here.
the Tormanen difference, maybe not.
This has 8 moves. And it's Black's turn. So Black plays here, and goes in. This looks like it only has 7 moves. So this is trouble
White is
for
actually
White. It's trouble for White.
White played attachment in the game.
So the way White played here, it's filled his own liberties.
Generated trouble for himself. Huh? That plays a bump. So White's liberties don't change.
Don't change. Let us go back a few moves and take another look at when White plays the connection. This one.
Right. So Black would most likely play here.
Maybe Black will play here, and we'll have White play this anyway. White needs to protect the upper side. So there's, how is this? How many moves now? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, that's 9 here. It's about 11 moves. And how much was Black when Black plays here?
Also 11, we calculated.
So it's 12 at this point. This looks like White should be able to extend his liberties, though. It needs 5, it needs 6, and Black will have played this already. So there's 4 liberties here, probably 2 here.
Yes.
So 6 and then 11. So White needs 1 more liberty to beat this group.
Looks like a jump somewhere, but...
If White can connect there, then White will have 6 liberties there.
Yes, it just extended 1.
7. So that's 6, 8, 10. And this is almost, I think this, it's pretty safe to say this is forcing.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not, but in this case I think it's all right.
Right.
So that's 12, and White will win by 1 move.
It seemed that by connection it was safe. Whereas in the game, White's filling his own liberties.
Yes.
In the game, White has connected here, and Black has...
So going back to the game, White cut here, Black played a tie.
But it is not here yet. connects.
Maybe Ichiriki is trying to make ice.
Not yet.
Well, without playing that move, it would be meaningless, the move that white played earlier. Now white is still... I don't see how white can make 2 eyes with this group. But let's count the liberties. If we count this as 2, 4, 6, 7, and then 10. So if black plays here, now it's going to have
9.
9. So white should be able to win this semi.
Then by waiting.
So now white will win by 1 move. So black, if we assume black plays this side, now black has 12 for the time being. And white will... White doesn't have 12 liberties. White has only 10 with a ko, so even if black ignores, avoids the ko, that would be only 11 liberties.
In the game, black has done something different. At the time white connected, black played Hane.
That's big enough to be forcing.
So black will make this kind of exchange.
It does make a difference when white plays a connection here.
So this will be a bit different. White doesn't have... Well,
The
he has
forcing.
time.
Well,
But
they
black
already
also.
have this position, so white has a maximum of 7 liberties inside here. So it's really only about 10 liberties in all. So if black plays here, actually black's going to have more liberties than that.
Is this 12 or is it 11? I was calculating 11, but...
It's 12 before white plays. After white plays, it's going to be 11.
But this is forcing, right?
Right. So black has 3 here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12.
Is it possible for white not to have to play here? If he comes to the other side?
Well, even if white doesn't have to do that, white it will be 12.
All right, I wasn't counting. Sorry. I didn't see this one.
Even if white comes
Yes,
from this side.
yes.
So there's
12.
no way. 1,
Then there's
2,
no way.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10 for the time being. Even if white plays this, it doesn't really change the fact that it's about 10, or at a maximum of 11.
Let's just turn here. It'll still be the same shape.
Yes.
So in that case, white is going to get captured.
Well, that would end the game. When you're dealing with an AI, a territorial win would be satisfying for it also. So
Yes.
maybe we might even see it playing something like this, in which case black is still getting a lot. This would be a fairly close game, though.
Sacrifice the group, play these forcing moves, and then go for the last big area.
I think with this move, black would lose by like 1 move.
Maybe this is bigger.
It would be just a 1 move difference.
It'll be interesting to see which one fine art will go for. White played this one, which is still the same thing.
No, this is a better way. When the liberties are open, this is actually a better way to live, because now if it's a seki, it's going to be gote seki for black.
All right. Whereas with this one, black can also play Hane.
And even if it's a seki, it's going to be sente for black. In this case, the seki is gote for black.
If peeping, then
Right. If back here, white will play here, that's going to be a sente seki for white.
Right.
Black here, white can live with this move.
I see.
So this is the better move.
The difference with the liberties is if black tries this one, white is able to cut.
Yes.
And if these liberties didn't exist, then black would be just cutting through.
Right.
But
And
now
if
white's able to
these
play.
were filled, yes.
whether white is able to play this move or not. Black played Atari here.
Oh,
That's a bad move.
That's just wasting a move. So at this point, I think that actually fine art probably thinks it's going to win, and it's having trouble finding the best move.
That's interesting, however.
Now, if black plays here, it will be an easy win for black. So white has to play here to win the semi-I.
Right.
Now white should be winning by about two liberties. If black plays,
that seems big.
Maybe here, or maybe this is also big.
All right. So in this case, this will be closed forcing. So, but this will be good exchange for black. Here.
Okay. And then maybe here. So in this case, this is turned into a very big territory.
Yes.
10, 22, 30, almost 40.
And I think this was 60. It's a bit bigger here.
It's more than 60. It's in the mid-60s, about 65, 6. So well over 100, 105 or something like that.
Yes.
And this will end up being like this. And
white still has
10,
to
20, 30. Yeah, white doesn't have anything close to 100 points, so I think black is going to have a small lead now.
I see. Even though it seemed like black was able to win the capturing race, black didn't need it.
It didn't need to, yeah. So black did play here.
And black has answered.
Black has answered.
This is down here. And this is not here.
Cutting may be better. Now it has nine liberties as it is, so there's no difference here.
But can white now play elsewhere? Slight move here. Does white actually have a big move in this area? Corners is too far. And
I think white will have trouble with the semi-I here. I'm not sure.
If he doesn't play.
There's so many places that they cannot come in, like black plays here and plays here. And this is a place where white cannot come from either side. Let's see. So then white has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Black has
7, 8. Black has 9, about 10 liberties now. So black's going to win the semi-I.
see.
So yeah, just because white cannot fill this side, and if white cannot fill from this side
So
either.
this becomes liberty.
So there's all these extra liberties that black has. So white probably has to take this
But he did. Oh yes. So black has captured and it's white's
It's
turn.
white turn, right?
Yes. Oh no, white played here.
White played here. I think black can win the semi-I.
Or down is there.
So just white cannot play this Atari, white cannot play this Atari. So eventually white has to play one of these moves.
Right.
And black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only white could not fill this point, so it's going to be 10 liberties.
Yes.
And it's black's turn, right?
This
So
is
it's 1,
first.
2, 3. That's only 7, so it's only 10 liberties. So
Exactly
black should
10.
be able to win by one move.
Black
But
also
black
played
did
Atari.
not. No.
So this is getting very exciting. It might be that fine art is not reading the semi correctly, or it might be that it doesn't need to.
Yes, it's one of those two. Well, having played the cut, white has to continue here.
Yes.
Or here.
Maybe
one
connection. No, white. Now white turn.
Oh, so that wins the semi. But of course, there's no profit.
There's
in
no
playing
difference.
the cut.
Yes.
In fact, it's a loss.
Maybe he was having geometry. Looks like this is the biggest. This move here is forcing, since these 3 stones are big. So. But as you were saying, this game should be good for black, right?
Yes.
By territory. Oh, simply extended.
And that
forceful.
could be a better move. That
White will want to connect here, in which
Yes.
case
and even
black would get to
yes.
play on both sides in this case.
that might be a better way to play. I think black has enough territory to be able to win. And white did lose. Obviously, he reread the position and saw that he wasn't winning the semi.
Right.
So that's why white played one cut here and then switched back to here. But it looks like black is winning by left side. Turned out to be a fairly large territory here.
Right.
And upper right seems to be more than black really deserved.
So could it finally be that white's this attack became the losing move?
I think
instead
so.
of
I
the
think
normal
that
connection?
move filled white's own liberties.
And now it's black's turn. Black blocked.
It might not even be forcing.
Might not even be forcing like this. That looks big.
We'll just keep it simple. We'll let white play that one. Yeah.
Turning.
Yeah. So this is going to end up being 10, 20, 30, 32, and then 3, 4, 46, 48, 50. And white has something around 9 points. Maybe a bit more, but somewhere in the vicinity of 9 points.
This is like 56, a bit more. Could be close to 20 by now. $65.
And black has more than 100. Well, more than 100. So black is far ahead on board.
Right.
It should be good enough for black to win.
I think Ichiriki resigned.
Finish the game?
Yes.
Oh, yes. So yes, this was the losing move. I'm not so sure how it would have turned out when we just get back to that position.
Right. Just for recap. So this here.
Much better for white to play here, in which case black will probably extend down here and white covers. White actually might play this one first, and then here. Now, and so I was saying that if black plays here, black has. I'm not really sure about this fight either, actually.
I guess we might trade. Probably doesn't make a difference, but
At the present time, white has 11 liberties. So if we assume that white can make this 12 and then play here, then white will win semi-eye.
Right.
Like in the game, white was actually, there were points where white should have lost the semi-eye. Yeah,
Yes.
so
When white played this move, black had the chance to.
So this is a one move difference, a win for white. And so black would follow up with maybe here, here. It's quite a different story. Even if there's
this
two
is
big points here, yeah. So maybe black here and then white plays here.
Then
White could play one slide there. I think the slide would be forcing.
it might be in this case that black should just go with this one because he cannot get the other side.
And then have him play here. And then of course that would be forcing for black.
Oh.
Yeah. Might even be better to push through first.
This looks like maybe a push
Yes.
here.
So in this case, black would have
This is a difficult
28.
situation.
black still has about over 100 points.
Compared to game, white has some 8 points more there. No, 6 points more.
It still looks like black seems to have a bit of a lead.
Right.
Smaller, a much closer game though.
I see.
Yeah.
So it was good for black no matter what.
Yes.
So the 5th Densei-sen has ended with 2 wins for
Two
computer.
victories for the computer. It looks like the computers are stronger now.
Right. It's quite a big difference from last year actually.
Yes.
But who was it playing last year? Was it still Ichiriki or?
I do not remember.
But I think human side won
Yes.
both
Until
games.
now, I think humans have pretty
Yes.
constantly won.
It could have been a handicap game actually, but I think of it.
Well, it was a huge change once
Right.
Google
AlphaGo
came up
appeared.
with AlphaGo.
Yes.
It was a completely different system.
Just about 1 year ago actually.
That was
Situation-
March last year. Well,
Yes.
its first debut was October the year before.
Right.
It really
With Lisa Dot
came
was
to the top
in March.
Yeah. So I guess that's it for today.
That'd be cool.
There will be a closing ceremony, I think.
Right.
And right now they're supposed to be doing a review of the game.
But we actually cannot see anything
we
through
can't see
people
anything.
on the camera.
There might be a kind of an interview.
That's possible actually.
But
Newspapers should be
yes,
interested.
and then closing ceremony probably.
Yes.
But, for our commentary, I think we're leaving you now.
We'll
Thank
be
you.
finishing. Thank you for watching and we hope you had a good time.